Okay, friends, we're going to review some rhythms. These may not be every single one that we've talked about, but these are the ones that are going to be involved in our next project. So we've got a quarter note, colored in circle, and stem going up. We call it a ta when we read it, but its real name is a quarter note. It gets one beat and it makes one sound. We have our barred eighth notes. Remember, this is two eighth notes together connected with that bar. The whole unit is one piece, which helps us remember that even though it's two sounds, it takes up one beat. Each eighth note individually is half of one beat. So we put them together, we put the beam across the top to help us see a unit of one beat. Called eighth notes, when we read it, we say TT, again, one beat and two sounds. A quarter rest lasts for one beat, but it is one beat of silence, of no sounds, no sounds. The 16th notes are similar to the 8th notes. It takes 4 16th notes to make up one single whole beat. Each of them are a quarter of a beat. So we put them together and we beam them. Now, if we just beamed them once, they would look like eighth notes. That would be confusing. So they have two beams across the top to tell us that they are 16th rather than eighth notes. You must have 4. You must have two beams across. We call it a tiki tiki even though its real name is 16th notes. It gets one beat. See that unit of one. It's one connected piece. And then there are 4 sounds. 4 circles, 4 sounds. Then we have our half note, not colored in. We call it ta. It gets 2 beats and only makes one sound. And finally, our half rest, 2 beats of no sound, of silence. Your job is going to be to compose a rhythm. And before I give you your specific instructions, those are on the next slide, what I want to make sure everybody understands is how to draw these different rhythms because it absolutely makes a difference, okay? So the first thing you need to realize is if it is a 2-beat note, oh, that was super sloppy. A 2-beat note, like the half note, it is an open circle with a stem. It's not colored in, okay? All of the things that are one beat are colored in, and it absolutely makes a difference. Colored in circle, okay? When it comes to the stem, it's not a pretty circle, but it's there. The stem goes on the right-hand side of the note, okay? It does not go, ooh, I don't want that. I need a bigger point. It does not go in the middle. That looks like a candy apple, except for a little bit more bumpy. It does not go on the left. That's backwards, okay? It goes on the right side of the circle, whether it's colored in or whether it is not colored in, okay? And I will take points off if this is not how your notes look, okay? If I can do it on here with my little mouse and my laggy connection where my circle looks all funky, you can do it on your computer on the side. Just take a second, take your time, let it think, and then you should be good. As far as the rest is concerned, the quarter rest, it is tricky. It looks super fancy and hard to do. The way that I personally draw quarter rests, and this is probably going to be real messy because of the computer, like drawing on the computer, but basically I do a Z, and then underneath it I do a C. And when I connect them, I slant this part, I make it go more down. So I do a Z and then a C. Z and then a C. Is it perfect and cute? No. Do you understand what it is? Hope so. Um, it's the only one that looks like a big squiggle. So that's your first clue. If you're really, 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 really having a hard time on it, then 1, 2, 3, a 3-point zigzag, a sideways M looking thing is fine. I don't want you to spend hours and hours upset because you can't draw a rest, because they are really tricky to draw to look like the printed ones. So Z, C, or even like a sideways W / sideways M, depending on which way you turn your head, is good. I will know what you mean. That is all for right now. The next page is going to have some more directions for you.